So if there's anything that I can choose out that I cannot stand, and I mean when I say I cannot stand it, I'm literally meaning that, yo, if I could actually have a choice and just fucking punch this thing that I cannot stand in my whole entire life in the face right then in that very moment when it happens, I would so do it right then and there. But if there's one thing that I cannot stand, is whenever I start feeling like a failure. You know those moments in your life when you're just thinking to yourself and you're just looking back between the weeks, the months have been passing by, and you're just looking like, man, that goal that I set out to make myself a better person, to make myself a much better person than what I was last year or when I was last week, is not going to plan. Everything that I planned so hard for, everything that I had in my mind, that vision that I had in my mind when I was thinking to myself, this is what I'm going to be like as soon as I set these goals. And whenever I set goals, I try my hardest to fulfill those goals every single time, man. Like when I want something, I will go out there and try my hardest to get it no matter what. If I'm not going to try my hardest at 100%, that means that I don't really want it. But when I want something, I'm going to do something at my fullest potential, the best I can, the best product that I can put out there every single time. That's my thing. But I'm not going to lie to you, man. Lately, I've been feeling like a failure. And it sucks because I really hate that feeling, because whenever I feel like a failure, I start getting in this down mood. I don't really feel motivated to do anything. I start feeling stressed out. I start thinking like, man, if I cannot get this goal, what am I going to do in the future? Like lately, as of lately, man, for like the past month and a half, I felt like a failure in terms of my athletics because I've been gaining weight. I've gained about 10 pounds in the last 2 months. And, you know, it's kind of crazy because you're like, oh my God, Shadow, you gained weight that quickly? You know, my metabolism, my body type that I have, it gains weight super quickly. And it's funny too, because at the same time, even though my metabolism isn't that good, at the same time, I lose weight quickly, but it like fluctuates because I'll lose weight quickly, but I'll gain it quickly right back. And it doesn't even matter what I eat. It's just like if I don't do anything at all, I will gain weight. I would eat healthy all my life. And somehow, some way, I end up finding a way to gain weight regardless of what I do in my whole entire life. And you know, sometimes it's crazy with me because the fact is that sometimes I'll run like an animal, man. I'll be running like them 5 miles on the track feeling good, and I somehow don't lose weight at all. I hate my body sometimes, but the reason why I start feeling like a failure at the moment is because a lot of people look up to me like in real life, and they look at me as like, oh my God, you know, Shadow, you're this one person that lost literally almost 100 pounds from where you started from originally. Because a lot of you guys don't know, who just recently come into my channel for the first time ever, I used to weigh a total of 250 pounds, all right? I rated roughly about 250 pounds, and I lost and I dropped down to 180. And then once I made it to basic training in the Air Force, I dropped all the way to 165. And I've been gaining steadily back and forth. You know, I wasn't planning on staying on my 165 the whole entire time. I felt like that was a little too skinny for my figure. I didn't like it. So I went ahead and gained a little bit more weight. You know, I gained about like 10 pounds back on purpose because that's how I think I look good. You know, I like having a little bit of meat on me, but at the same time, I like having like that athletic look, you know, that healthy athletic look. That's what I like having. And not only that, I also like my muscle, man. And I don't know about you, but when I have just a tiny bit of fat on me, I look bigger, even though regardless I'm not as big like I think I am. You know what I mean? But it does make me look big, and it makes me look very good for the ladies. Ya tú sabes, cabrones. Tú sabes que yo amo mis mujeres. And like a lot of people looking me up to that, right? And in knowing the fact that right now I've gained like a total of extra 10 pounds, and it's because like everything that I've done is my choice. You know, I just been feeling lazy, not motivated, not wanting to do it. And it makes me feel like shit because I'm like, yo, I'm supposed to be the guy that everybody looks up to because they're like, yo, you're the guy that literally did everything that nobody can really do. You did something that nobody really wants to do, and you put your time and effort and everything into it. And, you know, now that I'm failing, it's just like, yo, I don't like this crap. So, you know, with me, I'm like thinking to myself, I'm about to go on this like huge binge diet that I'm about to do. I'm going to go 30 straight days without eating any junk food. All right, I'm going to eat no junk food at all. There's going to be no junk food at all, right? So, like, my diet is literally just freaking, like, honestly, this diet that I do, usually whenever I'm, like, thinking about doing, like, a 30-day binge of no junk food, outside food, nothing but healthy food, it's literally nothing but grilled chicken, tuna, maybe some steak to variety it up, and maybe a chicken wrap just to variety it up with the regular grilled chicken that I have. You know, I find ways, even though I fail, I find ways to make a new goal to try to pick myself up. You see, that's what I think that's a lot of a difference between me and a lot of people who end up failing, because when some people fail, man, they just give up. They just fall flat in their face and they don't do anything at all. But you know, there's one saying that I love saying, I saw it from Rocky Balboa, and it's the part when Sylvester Stallone is like, you know, life is not about how hard you can get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep on going. It doesn't matter how hard you get hit. You just have to worry about if you can come back and, you know, start wailing left and right on them again. And like, the reason why I love that saying so much is because it's like, it's such a true saying, because life beats you down, man. When you fail, life really does beat you down. It's not even a joke, man. When life is hitting you at its hardest, at its full potential, and you feel like you can't get up, you literally don't have the motivation to try to get up. You know, you ever had like those sad, depressing days where you're just like thinking to yourself, yo, I don't want to get out of bed today. You know, this bed that I'm sleeping in right now, it is so comfortable right now that I could literally sleep in this bed all day. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do all day. I think I'm just going to sleep here. And it's because you don't have that motivation to get up. Life can get hard sometimes, man. I know what it is. But the thing is, whenever I fail at something, I try my hardest not to let it get to me. I try my hardest to think about, yo, what can I do better? What can I learn from that mistake? That's what I try to do my hardest with. I try to learn from what I failed at. I try to look at what I did throughout the days. For like example, like my dieting thing is like, all right, so what am I looking at? I ate this pizza right here. I drank a bunch of beer. I drank a bunch of alcohol, period. You know, we can stick with a little bit of junk food, but let's cut the alcohol out. All nothing but water. You know, I set goals for myself to try to make myself better, because I don't want to live in that failure thing. Because there's one thing that I don't want to happen in my whole life. There's one fear that I really do have in my life, is the fact that I'm afraid to fail at something. I'm afraid to be known as the person that literally failed to do what he wants to do. You know, that dream that he has, that he's always dreamed about, and then he just fails right then and there. Like my dream, and this is a God honest truth, man. One of my dreams is to just have that body that everybody wants. I don't want to be a model. I don't want to be like a freak athlete. I just want people to look at me, right? I want people to look at me and they go like, yo, that's a guy I want to look like. That's a guy I want to look like. I don't want to look like no celebrity, no, because there's a difference between looking like a damn celebrity that just gets everybody to like uses his money to try to get there, and there's the people that like you don't know about, but you see them in the streets just running like an animal, and you just look at them and you're just like, yo, that's who I want to be. That's how I want to look like. I'm jealous of this guy, because you know that guy puts in the work in order to get where he gets. And that's what I want to be. I want people to look at me like that. I don't want to be that failure that everyone just goes like, oh yeah, that's the road of broken dreams. Don't go there. The road of broken dreams. Yeah, that you stay clear of that, okay? That is a one-way ticket to fucking Detroit. I'm sorry, Detroit. You're a fucking ugly ass city. I'm sorry, I said it. If you guys are from Detroit, I apologize, but man, that is the land of broken dreams right there. I don't want to be like Detroit. You see, you know what I mean, man? And it just sucks though, because I know there's a lot of people that literally don't have that motivation to try to push themselves forward and just give up right then and there. But you know, my advice to you, man, and like anybody feels that way, you have to just keep going, man. If you have a dream, it doesn't matter what you have. Like I said, like one of my dreams that I have is the fact that I want people to look at me and, you know, end up like saying to themselves, like, that guy puts in the work. I want to look like that. I want him to have that body. I don't want to fail at that, okay? Because whenever I start failing, that's when I start feeling bad about myself and not having the motivation, like, because it eats at me, right? It's one of those feelings that you get eaten at, where you just think back and you wonder to yourself, if I just would have put in the work, if I just would have went through with this plan. It wasn't even that hard of a plan. It wasn't even that hard to follow. All I had to do was just this, and the outcome would have been much better. And it would just eat at me my whole entire life, man. And I don't want that to happen. And you know, for anybody out there that needs motivation or something like that, I want you guys to listen to this video, man. I want to say this. Don't let it affect you, right? Like, today you could fail. You know, today you could fail. Failure is kind of a thing where you just learn from. That's the way I take it. Failure is just something that you learn from something that you failed, right? But you got to go back and you just got to look at what you did right. You got to look at the little pictures that you did right? You got to look at, okay, I did this right. I did this right. I did this right. So that means I do have the potential. I do. I so have that potential. The only way that I don't have that potential is if I say to myself, I can't do it. I can't do it really means I won't do it because I don't want to do it. I'm too lazy to do it. That's what I think of when I hear people say I can't do it. The only way you can't do it is if you physically cannot do it at all. If you're physically ill in terms of like, let's say you can't walk anymore because you have this injury or something like that, or any sort of thing, like you literally cannot physically do it because of the fact that such and such it does, that's one thing. But when you actually do have the time to actually do something that you want to do, you know, you have a goal set. Like for another example, a better example, there's a girl that you want to talk to and you say to yourself, I can't do it because she looks so pretty and she's so out of my league. That really means that I don't want to do it because she's too pretty and I'm too damn nervous to go up to her and even say hi to her. That's the difference, okay? You can do it, you just don't want to do it. And what I gotta say, amigos, about that, don't let something that you failed at eat at you. Because if you do, then you're gonna keep wondering, why didn't you do this, this, and this? If you fail at something, just get back up, man. That's what I say to people. Just get back up. Just say to yourself, tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow, we don't know what can come. Hell, tomorrow could be the last day on earth. But you know what? At least you know that tomorrow you're going to try something new. You know, just look at the things that you did that you failed at. Just pick up some of the things that you feel like you had the potential to. And then look at the things that you failed at and cut those things out. And then next thing you know, you got that motivation, that new drive that you have in order to get better. Like for me, for instance, man, I'm starting a brand new channel. You know, this is my new channel right here. I had a channel that almost had 1,000 motherfucking subscribers, all right? A lot of people who lose their channels after having 1,000 motherfucking subscribers would not even try to do YouTube again, right? They wouldn't even try to do it. But you know what? I looked at it and I said to myself, what did I do right and what did I do wrong here? You know, I failed at a couple things on my YouTube channel, and I apologize. My microphone, for some reason, it fell on that stuff. I apologize. But a lot of people, they would not come back to YouTube. They would never do it. They would never in an instance would even think about attempting to do it. But I said to myself, this is a passion that I have, and I feel like one day this passion that I have will eventually pay off, and this will be a passion that I will love to do for the rest of my life. I don't need, not to say that I want to do it as a full-time thing, but as a thing that I do part-time, I wouldn't even mind it because that would be a dream. Because a lot of people don't even have a channel like that. But I said to myself, you know what, let's look at the positives here, okay? I know that I'm an entertaining person. And that's not to sound like arrogant and cocky. I'm just saying that because I have that confidence, because I look at what I did right. And I said to myself, this is what I did right. And a lot of people found me entertaining, right? And I failed because I didn't follow, quote unquote, I guess I didn't follow the YouTube community guidelines, I guess. But I'm not letting that affect me because I know that I can do it. I'm going to keep on pushing. And that's where I say I have that fiery passion again. You know, for a week, I was like not wanting to do this anymore because I was saying to myself, man, I don't have that passion. Why should I do that passion when I did it and I lost my whole entire thing and I can lose this thing over again? And you know what? I said to myself, yo, Shadow, you can't let that affect you. You can't let fear overcome you because you had that feel of failure because of the fact that you might lose your channel again. Then you might as well just quit full time. You might not even attempt it. And I said to myself, I'm not going to let that happen because I have this passion for this thing as well. And you know what, amigos and amigas, that's what I got to say, man. I've been feeling like a failure lately. I have, because of the simple fact that I've been gaining a bunch of weight. And it's because I personally made that choice. I made that choice to fail. I'd have nobody to blame but myself. There's one thing that I hate is when I hear people just make those excuses every time, man, when they're like, I failed because of such and such and such. You failed because you made that choice, okay? Unless if you really had like a scheduled thing that you couldn't do it physically, there's no excuse, man. You have time to do what you want to do. It's if you want to do it, man. That's my whole entire thing, man. And just like that, when I was gaining weight, nobody, and I mean nobody, gave me the choice or made me gain weight. I chose because I decided to do some lazier things. I didn't feel like doing it. That's what I did. That was my choice, and you know, I regret that choice. I don't want to be like that. That's the one thing I don't want to do. I hate knowing that I'm failing. But you know what? I don't let it bring me down. And I want, amigos and amigas, like I said like a billion times, I want you guys to just not let it bring you down. I don't want it to let you eat at you at night, you know? And that's all I gotta say, amigos and amigas. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it kind of inspired you a little bit. This is me bringing back Personal Friday, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, been your boy Shadow Kill Legacy here, and as always, adios, mi amigos. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys made it this far, subscribe down below to keep up with my channel. There are 2 videos on the screen right in front of you right now for the meantime. The video will take you to the last story time with ShadowKiller0212, which is a video about how my mother caught me masturbating. So if you guys want to watch an interesting story, go ahead and check that out. Well, the video right will take you to the last Personal Friday video that I had on my channel, which is a classic video that I had on my old channel before I got deleted. This is a upload that I had about how some people like to chase love. You know, they come after like some of the wrong love, and I thought it was a pretty damn good video. So if you guys want to check it out, go ahead and click on that link down below. There are social media websites you can follow me on. You can follow me on twitter.com/ShadowKiller0212. You can search me on Facebook, ShadowKiller0212, as well as twitch.tv/ShadowKiller0212. I've been live streaming lately. I live streamed Resident Evil, the Remastered HD remake on the PS4. So if you guys are interested in checking out the live stream, go ahead and click on that link down below so you can follow me there and get updates as to when I've been live streaming. I don't have a set schedule as to when I live stream because I am a very busy person. I do have a job in the United States Air Force, so I'm a very busy person. But if you guys want to check out a live stream, go ahead and click down below so you guys can actually get notified as to when I'm live streaming. Anyways, amigos and amigos, it's your boy ShadowKiller Legacy here, and as always, adios, mi amigos, peace.